Good morning, I'm Becca Gutierrez. Thanks for joining us for Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Dami Sillo. Here's a look at some of the stories we'll be talking about over the next half hour.
Some Syracuse University students are first-generation college students. Reporter Tyler Lowell is live to tell us about the special challenges they face.
Plus, public relations students learned from the man who handled crisis communications for the Miracle on the Hudson landing in 2009. We'll tell you his advice for making your mark in the PR world.
And next week is Thanksgiving break. Reporter Taylor Epps is in the studio to break down how weather will affect travel plans for students going home.
All that and Orange Sports coming up on this edition of Mornings on the Hill.
Our top story this hour, high school seniors across the country are putting the finishing touches on their college applications, with many deadlines coming at the end of this month.
About half of those seniors will be first-generation college students. Our Tyler Lowell joins us live to tell us what he learned about the first-gen experience from local high school seniors and SU students. Tyler?
Becca and Dom, thank you and good morning. I'm here outside the Office of Student Activities because earlier this month we celebrated the second National First Generation College Student Day. I spoke with several students who are or who will be first generation college students in their family, and they each told me that navigating that identity can sometimes be a difficult experience.
The Syracuse Library, in partnership with Central New York college prep organization On Point, recently held an event for first-generation college students to help them prepare for the transition from high school to higher ed. Fowler High School senior Nishal Basnet said it can be difficult having parents without college experience.
I can say that none of them have been to a college, and it's really hard for them to decide, and they have no idea, but I want to let them know what I'm doing.
Basnet said his guidance counselor and programs like On Point help fill that knowledge gap. But up here on campus, SU students like Micah Castello say they don't feel that there's adequate support for the unique needs and obstacles that first-gen students can face.
I actually don't see a lot of resources for first-generation college students, specifically for first-gen graduate students here at Newhouse.
SU's official recognized organization for first-gen students, called The First, does not appear to be currently active on campus. Their social media accounts have been inactive for over a year. However, there is an August pre-orientation program designed with the needs of incoming first-generation students in mind.
First-generation college students are a coveted population that universities want to recruit when building their classes each year. Like race and gender, it's another important category in terms of building a diverse student population, but like those categories, it also has unique challenges that universities must help their students overcome if they want them to succeed. A lack of knowledge about the college experience can be a major hurdle for first-gen students, leading 4 times as many of them to drop out when compared to their peers.
To help lower those numbers, first-gen student Mohammed Damani said creating a more personal network of mentors and mentees would benefit the students who are navigating higher ed environments for the first time.
I think we could definitely use some mentors and some professors who could be mentors to people who college is a new thing for them. We could also, get advice from seniors who've been in the field for a long time who teach you. I think that would be a good step.
Imani also said that he hasn't seen any advertisements or announcements specifically dedicated to first-generation programming either. The 2 offices normally in charge of overseeing any programming for first-gen students unfortunately were unavailable for comment. Reporting live, I'm Tyler Lowell for Mornings on the Hill.
Thanks, Tyler. Overnight, we saw a significant snowfall, making for slippery streets and sidewalks here on campus.
Our Emily Barkan is live out on University Ave to tell us if more snow is in the forecast.
Good morning, Syracuse. I am here on University Avenue live with your 5-day forecast. Last night we had our first full snow of the winter with a light dusting overnight. Today, Wednesday, we're expecting clouds with a 70% chance of rain. It'll be a high of 30 degrees with a low of 18 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, will be slightly warmer with a high of 34 degrees and a low of 26, and only a 20% chance of rain. The temperature keeps rising with a high of 37 degrees on Friday and a low of 33 with a 70% chance of snow. The snow will stop on Saturday with only a 20% chance of precipitation and reach a high of 39 degrees and a low of 27 for the first day of the weekend. Sunday, the weather dips for the first time this week back down to 34 degrees with a low of 27. There's going to be a 40% chance of precipitation, so grab your umbrellas, Syracuse. I can say that the sidewalks have been salted and the snow is sticking to the grass. Cars seem to be having a good time driving through, no issues yet. So get your hats, get your gloves, make sure you're wearing a jacket, and enjoy your Wednesday. Back to you guys in the warm studio.
Thanks, Emily. Better bundle up. This is Entrepreneurship Week, an international event where thousands of students and aspiring entrepreneurs get the opportunity to network.
Over 10 million leaders in the business world are being connected this week, and one came right here to campus. On Monday, Haley Foster kicked off this week by sharing her story with SU students.
An entrepreneurship coach and author, Foster recently published her own book, Foster Your Passion. She made her message to students clear: find something you care about and be ready to work for it.
Too young or too old to foster your passion, so the idea is to reach out to students at this age when they're trying to figure out what their passions are and give them some of the tools and strategies to help them find that passion.
35,000 events will take place all over the globe before the week is over.
Public relations students here at Newhouse learned from an industry veteran this week. PR executive and SU alum Jim Olson spoke as part of Social Commons Days. Olson is currently the Chief Communications Officer for Stewart Healthcare.
But he's known for his handling of the PR crisis for U.S. Airways after the Miracle on the Hudson emergency plane landing. Olson's message for current PR students: to know and understand the purpose of the future company you're working for.
It's really before you take on that first job after college, making sure that you're working for a company and finding companies that have a shared purpose, that have values that match your own. Students that are studying communications, really truly understanding what the ingredients of purpose-driven stories are. And that starts with really understanding the mission and the purpose of the company that you're working for.
Social Commons Days wrapped up last night. Applications will soon be open for PR students interested in being ambassadors for next year's event. The Shine Student Center is getting ready for a big makeover. The renovations are part of the Campus Framework Initiative, a 20-year plan to guide future campus development. The Shine construction is set to begin in May of next year.
The new features will include more dining options, accessible pathways, and additional seating. About 1,600 students gave feedback to the university about what changes they would like to see.
Over the weekend, Veterans Day celebrations took place on the Syracuse campus and community.
On Saturday, Syracuse University Veterans Affinity Group and members of the community took part in a service project at Oakwood Cemetery.
Volunteers worked together scrubbing headstones and shoveling dirt and leaves in Section 15A, where the graves of many fallen military members are located.
Jennifer Pluta, a member of the Veterans Affinity Group, shared why she believes this event is important.
Personal project. No one else is doing this, right? This isn't a project that was, created through the organization. It's definitely a need that was being unmet. So it's something that we do with pride and with much excitement. And again, it brings together a lot. It's an opportunity for us to bond and get together.
Currently, there are 17 veterans without headstones. The Affinity Group plans to get the necessary documents and funding to provide headstones for those fallen military members.
Coming up here on Mornings on the Hill, one SU senior is challenging the predominantly male-centered field of video games.
Also coming up, Thanksgiving break is on its way. We have tips for how you can keep your dorms and apartments safe while you're away. Stay with us for those stories and much more right here on Mornings on the Hill.
Welcome back to Mornings on the Hill. If you're traveling home for the Thanksgiving holiday, you have many options for transportation this weekend.
But with the snow, these rides home might be a little bit more difficult. Our own Taylor Epps is live in studio to tell us what to expect.
Thanks, Dom and Becca. That's right. Traveling home for Turkey Day in the snow might bring some obstacles, but whether you're driving or flying, I've got you covered with the information here. For more information on those shuttles, head to parents.syr.edu. And that's your travel information for this weekend. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Taylor Epps.
Now, it's only been a week since the results of the midterm elections came out, and tonight, students in Newhouse and the iSchool are invited to attend a seminar which focuses on how social media impacted the outcomes.
Our own Rebecca Castor is live in studio this morning with two of tonight's panelists.
Thanks, Dom and Becca. I'm joined this morning by John Keegan and Jessica Bodwin-Philippi, both who will be a part of tonight's Social Media and Democracy panel. Thank you both so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that idea about your Facebook feed kind of becoming your Thanksgiving dinner table. Well, thank you guys both so much for joining us this morning. Newhouse students definitely are in for a treat tonight during your seminar. And I'm Rebecca Castor, and now we're going to go to Emily Barkin with your Orange Buzz.
Thanks, Rebecca. Good morning, Orange Nation. I'm Emily Barkan with your Orange Buzz. What's trending on the Hill? Snow, snow, and more snow. That's it for your Orange Buzz, but our sports reporter, Casey Busher, has all of your highlights from the Hill. Casey?
That will do it for us for Mornings on the Hill. Thanks, I'm Becca Gutierrez.
And I'm Dom Musillo. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Welcome back to NCC News. With his annual State of the Union address, President Donald Trump aimed to call for unity and ease tensions that have arisen between the two major parties during the last government shutdown. President Trump pointed to the booming economy as an indicator of his administration's success, all the while cautioning about possible interferences.
Economic miracle is taking place in the United States, and the only thing that can stop it are foolish wars, politics, or ridiculous partisan investigations.
Democrats selected Stacey Abrams to deliver their official response following President Donald Trump's speech. In her rebuttal, Abrams criticized the president himself, his administration, and Republican leadership directly. The president's track record of stating false information was of particular importance to her speech.
I am very disappointed by the president's approach to our problems. I still don't want him to fail, but we need him to tell the truth and to respect his duties and respect the extraordinary diversity that defines America.
In a bipartisan show of unity, many female lawmakers from both parties chose to wear white in support of the suffrage movement. The initiative was started by the House Democratic Women's Working Group. Both Ivanka and Melania Trump chose to wear black. Another top Democrat from Virginia admitted to having used blackface in the past. Attorney General Mark Herring issued a statement earlier today admitting to having dressed up as a rapper for a party when he was 19 years old. This comes after Virginia Governor Ralph Northam admitted to using blackface while dressing as Michael Jackson.
Pope Francis advocated on Tuesday the need to stop the issue of nun abuse in the Catholic Church. It's the first time the pontiff has admitted to widespread abuse, advocating the issue to, quote, end the mistreatment of women. The Pope will hold a meeting in 2 weeks with top clergy members to express the need for accountability.
I think it's still taking place because it's not as though the moment you become aware of something, it goes away. The thing continues. And we've been working on this for some time.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo calls for aid to be allowed into Venezuela. President Nicolas Maduro has kept deliveries from the opposition out of the country. Armed troops and tankers have blocked the bridge between Colombia and Venezuela. Pompeo's tweet says the Maduro regime must let the aid reach the starving people. And across the pond in Europe, Premier Minister Theresa May visited Northern Ireland in hopes of salvaging her Brexit deal. Her withdrawal plan has repetitively failed approval by members of Parliament and failed to address the backstop, a condition of the European Union that would guarantee an open border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. May will travel to Brussels to meet with leaders of the EU on Thursday, including European Council President Donald Tusk, who had some harsh words today for Brexit promoters without a plan.
I've been wondering what that special place in hell looks like for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan how to carry it safely.
When we come back, Luke McGrath has your weather report. See what you can expect to see this week just ahead.